Yo, what's up, everybody? How's it going, folks? How is everybody? It's CruhcifyJD here, and today I'm making another video for YouTube. It's been a while since my last upload, I do apologize. But yeah, we're going to be showcasing something that I've been wanting to get out to you guys super quick. I do apologize, it is first week into Retro Cup, so it is a little bit late, but I've been wanting to showcase you guys my Retro Cup team that I used to climb from 2500 ELO all the way to Legend ELO in less than 3 days of sets. Yes, we went on a 52 and 18 run with multiple 10 O's, 12 O's, 13 O's, etc. And we had quite a bit of wins in this. And today I'm going to be showcasing a 10-0 streak. This is a part 1 of the video. This will be a 5-0 streak because apparently I'm not allowed to upload videos that are longer than 15 minutes. And it totaled out to be around 16 minutes. Totaling all the battles without the intros or anything. So yeah, I'm gonna break this up into 2 parts, and then you guys are gonna get 2 videos from me. So get ready, get hype, and yeah, we're gonna jump right into the battles today. I hope you guys enjoyed the Retro Cup battles, and I hope you guys are enjoying the Retro Cup in general so far. It's been one of my favorite cups. The type diversity is nice, and the Pokemon you get to use are pretty awesome. So let's jump right into the battles, and let's get it. All right, guys, you all ready to jump into the first battle? First battle leads into Snorlax versus Altaria, and this is the first day of Retro Cup, I imagine, or this is the first day of Retro Cup, so I was a little shaky with these matchups. I had not tested these matchups other than simulations on PvPoke. Great resource, by the way. But see, we switch into the Mew right away after taking a Sky Attack on our Snorlax. We traditionally would swap into the Mew, and like before we would take a Sky Attack with Snorlax as soon as we come into the matchup, because the Mew is such a better matchup versus the Altaria. And then my opponent comes in with Kingdra after they throw the Sky Attack, and we end up shielding. And then he brings in the Kingdra, and the Kingdra, once he brings in the Kingdra, I'm suspecting Triple Dragon, especially on the first day. There's been a lot of hype around Triple Dragon, so yeah, I expected the Triple Dragon. We managed to get the Dragon Claws off on the Kingdra, enough to KO the Kingdra, and he does commit the last shield right there. We do switch to Defense Deoxys, but unfortunately we shielded Octazooka thinking that it was an Outrage, and he does get the 50-50 debuff. So now we're switched in with a Defense Deoxys that is unfortunately debuffed, but he brings in the Dragonair, and it does in fact turn out to be Triple Dragon. So we're just going to go straight for Rock Slide on this Dragonair, maybe fire off a Psycho Boost at the end if we're waiting to get for it, and he's trying to time his move to where he throws right before that. See, yeah, we end up CMP tying on the Psycho Boost. He was trying to throw right as soon as we get to that because he was looking to KO us with the Dragon Pulse. So now we're looking at a rough position with Snorlax with the Body Slam to KO the Dragonair. We're looking at a fine position. And then the Altaria comes in, and then we swap to Mew to take down the energy. We thought the Altaria was going to pop off with a Sky Attack. He's very, very close. So we ended up taking the Body Slam and KOing the Altaria with a little bit of health, like 10% on our Snorlax, and that was a GG to my opponent. The Triple Dragon team is strong, especially since our team does not deal very well with like the elementals, like the water, stuff like that. Yeah, we end up going Snorlax into Defense Deoxys, so we're ended up staying in and going for a Body Slam. That's usually not the correct play. You want to immediately swap to Mew, but we did like we did last game and kind of made up for it by either A, tanking a move, or throwing one of our own. So we end up throwing the Body Slam, switching into Mew, and then shielding the Thunderbolt, which was a really big call. Max out on energy with a Mew, and we start throwing Dragon Claws. We end up missing one bubble, but that doesn't really matter. He fires off the shield, thinking it would be a Wild Charge. I don't believe my opponent commits the next shield on this one. No, knowing that it's a Dragon Claw, and we try to throw it before the Sky Attack, but we know that we're ending up shielding it, so we're just going to stock up on energy and potentially go for the Dragon Claw bait and then the Wild Charge finisher. But Dragon Claw is getting dangerously close to KOing at this range. Yep, and it does. And then my opponent swaps into Drifloon. We immediately go for that Wild Charge, attempting to take that last shield on the Drifloon, then immediately swap out into Snorlax. Snorlax is alright versus Drifloon, but it doesn't have any charge moves that affect Drifloon super much. But we know we almost have a Wild Charge in the back, so we're gonna be able to come in and get that Shadow Claw and potentially one-shot that Drifloon. So we come in with Snorlax and we just spam the Body Slam. So he actually does switch to a Defense Deoxys after we get one Icy Wind, and we end up managing to Body Slam down the Defense Deoxys and take and get some lick damage in the end. And then he ends up going for the final Icy Wind on the Drifloon, but we have the Mew with almost a Wild Charge in the back, and he ends up throwing the second Icy Wind to KO the Mew, but we have a full health Pokemon Defense Deoxys in the back, and all it takes is one counter. GG to my opponent. Mew and Snorlax sweeping this one. It looks like a traditional ABB team, but you would think with double Psychics, but it's actually more reliant on the ghost damage. with the Lick user being Snorlax and the Shadow Claw user being Mew. So my opponent ends up swapping here. We get matched up into Snorlax versus Medicham, and we immediately swap to the Mew, which is our best counter to the Medicham, and my opponent swaps Pyroar, which is interesting. So we end up going straight Dragon Claw on Pyroar because we know that it's not Little Leo, so it's a little less bulky. And we're going straight Dragon Claw. We managed to get at least one shield off right there. And then my opponent opts to throw a move here, and we were thinking what moves it has. I thought it had Crunch, but it ends up going for the Flame Charge. And then we come in with the Defense Deoxys and farm it all the way down, get 3 counters. And then Defense Deoxys versus Medicham is good in the back, especially with a shield advantage. Excuse me. My opponent decides to bring in Frostlass, though. We are 3 counters away from a Rock Slide, so we end up going with the Rock Slide and then switching into Snorlax, which is a not advantageous spot for us because the Medicham will immediately swap back in because his timer's up. But we try to land some chip damage on this Medicham and draw out the last shields. That way we can use the Defense Deoxys to take down the less bulky Frostlass. So we end up going for the Body Slam again. We managed to get it off and take down the Medicham in like the 11th hour. But unfortunately, it means he gets 1 Powder Snow on us. Throws the Avalanche right here because he knows if he baits the Avalanche and then makes it to another Shadow Ball, he will be able to win the game. So that's why we end up going for the Psycho Boost right here, because I think the Shadow Ball was the win con, hands down. But yeah, that was a very good game to my opponent. Tough team, tough team. All right, we got Snorlax and Altaria. I think this time we actually learned how to play this lead and immediately slopped a Mew. There we go. And then we try to throw right before he gets to the Sky Attack, but we're throwing with the Dragon Claw after we've already got to the Wild Charge, trying to get those shields. And then my opponent throws the Sky Attack. We actually are going to switch here to try to regain switch advantage. My opponent probably swaps out. Nope, they decide to stay in. That's super great for us because that's our best counter to Altaria is the Mew on this team. So we end up going for just straight Dragon Claw. No Wild Charge shenanigans, just straight Dragon Claw. It does so much damage to Altaria. And we end up probably shielding this one here, I imagine. Yeah. We're trying to do everything we can to regain the switch on that. Oh, and then he swaps out and catches the final Dragon Claw that would have KO'd the Altaria with a Cresselia. So then, once the Crest is swapped back in, we are free to come back in with Snorlax and start to go to town with the lick damage. But unfortunately, Moonblast does so much damage, and if he would have got the attack debuff on the Moonblast, we would have like literally cried in that scenario. So we just go for Body Slam chip damage, and then we have to throw the other Body Slam because he's getting dangerously close to the Moonblast. Win that switch back. And then he's got the Altaria that comes back in, and we end up farming down the Altaria. Big deal right here. And then we throw the Superpower with all that residual energy on the Frostlass with no shields in the back. And it is single resistance, so we still end up getting like almost 40% of the health off of that. So we come into Defense Deoxys. That was a bad play on our part because we ended up getting hit with the Shadow Ball. Well, we knew we could live it and get to the Rock Slide. That's only the reason why we did it. And we had 2 Pokemon in the back with safe swaps anyway. So that swap was a little dangerous and made it more riskier than it should, but it was alright. So right here we're going in for it's just Snorlax versus Dugong. Anytime I go up against one of the Icy Wind users, I traditionally, or like Licky Tongue, I let them throw the move, then I throw the superpower, and then I dip out. That's usually how I was playing the game, but in this scenario, it seems like I charged up to 2 superpowers and then threw right before he was throwing for the second Icy Wind. So we're going to throw both of the superpowers with a triple debuffed in attack. Snorlax, let's go. We end up catching both of the shields, and then we swap him to Defense Deoxys, who's going to take an Icy Wind and going to be debuffed right off the bat, which will be a little bit brutal for whatever he swaps in. But he decides to bring in Medicham versus a 2-0 shield lead. So the Medicham's coming in, and it's looking like it's going to be, it's actually Power Up Punch. So that is actually a little bit bad for us because it means his charge moves are going to be hitting for more damage in the ladder. But I do believe this opponent is running Ice Punch as well. So Ice Punch I don't even think will be enough to KO us from this point. Yep. So we attempt to go for the double Psycho Boost play, but I believe the Power Up Punch counters will end up taking us out here. And we only are managed to get 1 Psycho Boost off, which is severely unfortunate. But we have our best Medicham counter in the back, though, being Mew. We bring the Mew in. We're going to shield up this Power Up Punch Ice. Oh, my goodness. And we shield up the Power Up Punch. It's so bad. We thought it was the Ice Punch. Then we make a questionable swap into the Snorlax right there, just trying to get the energy off of, and do just any chip damage to this Marowak, because we know we're going to need some chip damage with the Lick and a Dragon Claw plus Wild Charge, which leaves the, and we're trying to attempt to throw the Dragon Claws here, that way we don't debuff ourselves with the Wild Charge when, Medicham comes back in. So, Dugong comes back in, we have to Wild Charge it. Mew's going on a rampage right now. Let's go. And we should be able to get to this Dragon Claw before the Medicham gets to the Ice Punch. And we did have a shield left anyway, so it was all good. Mew literally sweeping 3 Pokemon in the back line. Let's go. So yeah, that is our first part of the battles, guys. I hope you I really appreciate you guys watching and tuning into this. Yeah, I hope you guys come back for part 2. And I've really enjoyed casting these battles. I know I'm a little bit shaky on the commentation. I'm trying to do this all in a one bang too, so see if that actually works out. But yeah, I've got to edit and do minor things, but I appreciate you guys. I've been learning a lot of new software and stuff lately, so yeah. If you guys want to follow us, you can check us out on Twitch or on YouTube, or join our Discord through the links via Twitch. But I appreciate it, everybody, and come check us out later. Thank you. Bye-bye.